You say you want peace. You say you're tired of the going, the drama, the endless to-do list that never lets you breathe. But let's tell the truth. When things finally slow down, you get uneasy. The email you didn't get, the text that didn't come, the space in your calendar that used to be full suddenly feels like something's wrong, like you're missing something. But you're not missing anything. You're just unfamiliar with emotional safety. This is why so many high functioning women don't trust calmness. We've been conditioned to see calm not as a gift, but as a setup. Something bad must be coming. And if you've ever felt like that, then this conversation is for you. I'm Davina Dandridge, author of Brains and Baubles, Do What Works for You, and the creator of the Emotional Sophistication Map and the Self-Gut Check Method. This is Brains and Baubles Live, where we don't just talk about rest and balance, we help women design lives that make emotional peace normal, not suspicious. So let's talk about why calmness feels uncomfortable and how to change that feeling without sabotaging your emotional progress. When you grow up in environments that were chaotic, like loud households or unpredictable parents or toxic relationships, your emotional nervous system learns to operate on high alert. You start interpreting stress as being familiar and calm as being like a warning sign that something bad is about to happen. Psychologists call this hypervigilance, the heightened state of sensory sensitivity and scanning for threats. And it doesn't turn off just because you're in a new chapter of your life. You carry it into adulthood, into relationships, into work, and into even those quiet mornings and slow days. You're like keeping your head on a swivel. Even if the chaos is gone, your body is still bracing for it. So when things finally feel good, you question it and you start poking at what's going on in your life. Emotionally sophisticated women know this one thing: calmness must be rehearsed, just like resilience. It's not just the right season you wait for, it's the state of being that you learn to regulate. I had a client, let's call this client Nicole. She told me she hated the weekends. Can you believe that? She looked forward to Friday all week, but once Friday came and the quiet set in, she started having fights with her husband. She overscheduled herself for things. She opened up her laptop like, I'm just going to check in and see something. She said, I didn't realize until I slowed down that I didn't know how to exist without being needed. And that's actually a sad statement. That right there is what many women are up against all the time. We've built our entire lives around a usefulness and a sense of urgency. So when urgency isn't present, we feel like we're not grounded. Here's the cost of that way of thinking: you never fully rest. You confuse stillness with being lazy. And that's one of my things that I'm still grappling with in my own life. And you sabotage peace before you even get a chance for peace to settle in. Here's what Psalms 23:2 says about peace: He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me besides the still waters, not turbulent waves, not a tsunami, still. But most of us don't trust stillness because we've only felt safe when we're in motion, when we're doing something, when we're taking care of things, or if we're leading a task. It's because your emotional nervous system was trained for survival, not just for safety. And here is the fix for that problem specifically: we have to reintroduce ourselves to calmness. Calmness isn't the absence of stress. It's the presence of emotional grounding. It's the presence of sophisticated empowerment. So here's one action that you can take starting right now that will help you get to that point where you are emotionally grounded. I call it the 3-minute stillness reset. So what you do is you set a timer for 3 minutes. You turn off everything. You turn off music, you turn off the TV, you turn off notifications on your phone, and then you just sit there. That's it. No scrolling, no planning, no performing where other people can see you doing this. And then you just ask yourself, what's the most emotionally generous thing I could do for myself within this hour? That question is how we begin shifting from reaction to actually directing our future, from productivity addiction, right, to emotional regulation. So if your skin starts to crawl during that stillness, that's information you need. That's data. That means your body has learned to associate calm with danger or just with the threat of being left alone. That's why the emotional sophistication map is your next step. It'll show you how your emotional patterns are wired and where they're disrupting your sense of peace. Then you go through the self gut check method, and that's a course that's designed to help you stop overfunctioning and start evaluating your emotions with strategy and not with shame. When you're ready to really go deeper, the refinement sessions will walk you through what your emotional nervous system is really asking you for and how to finally feel safe when life is good and not chaotic. Because here's the truth. If calm feels dangerous, you'll keep attracting drama just to feel grounded. Because chaos is not your comfort zone anymore. You're not a woman who needs constant tension to feel alive. You're a woman learning how to rest without guilt and to sit in peace without questioning the moment. To trust joy when it arrives and don't put on your running shoes and run away from it. You don't have to earn rest. You just have to allow it. And the more you do, the more you'll realize that calmness isn't a trap.